By now, you've probably already seen my light up Saturn V rocket. This thing uses an infrared RGB strip controller to manage the colour, and a TP-Link smart socket, which allows me to turn it on and off from my phone. But as always, this wasn't quite good enough for me, so I decided to buy these Wi-Fi controlled RGB strip controllers. I started by replacing the power wires on one of the controllers because I wanted them to both be powered from the same cable. I then tinned the other end of the wires and hooked them up in parallel with the existing power cable for the other controller. Then after cutting a small hole in the back of the case and routing the wires through it, I snapped everything back together. This left me with two controllers that ran off of the same power cable. I then swapped out the old infrared controller board for the two new Wi-Fi controlled controller boards. I then plugged them in to check that everything was working, and finally wrote a simple candle script in my Home Assistant so that I can make these things flash just like a rocket ship would as it was taking off. The script simply takes a few random colours and sets them in a loop. This allows me to fully integrate the lights with my Home Assistant, use it in all sorts of automations, like having it flash in all sorts of colours and effects when the ISS flies overhead, or simply adding it to an automation with the nebula lights on my ceiling for a truly out-of-this-world effect.